Yeah. All right. So I guess it depends on how long the questions go, but it's just all right. Just relax, have a drink.
No, I don't have this Canadian stuff.
I
bought it for them. They were so excited because I found it.
Where did you find it?
City Super.
City Super. Okay. All right. Okay.
No, later.
All right. So here we are with our second episode of FA with Friends. This is Coach West behind the mic here, and we have four of our afternoon crew here. We have Dominic, Natacha, Jason, and Janice. I guess let's introduce yourself a little bit. I guess tell us obviously your name, where you're from, and maybe how you started with CrossFit. Okay, we'll start with Dominic.
Start with Natacha first.
Why?
You started before me. So I'm going to spoil all your story first.
Okay, I'm Natacha. I'm from Montreal. I started CrossFit after being pregnant of Anna. I was looking for something that I will not impact my family, something that I can do during the day, because when you have two young kids, you're busy in the morning and at night. And I was also overweight, over 200 pounds, and I was looking for something to lose weight and also stay healthy for the kids, because when I can say
you wanted to be a role model too for them.
Yeah, I was already 39 years old and two young kids, and was just looking for something. And every week I went to the market, farm market close to the house, and I saw this box, and I said, okay, maybe there is something interesting there, but I have no idea what it was. And I called and I met this young lady. I said, you should try, and I tried, and here we are.
All right, when was that?
2015.
Yeah.
So 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Good.
Dominic?
Okay, yeah. Dominic, also from Montreal, Canada. So yeah, Natacha started CrossFit in 2015. Back then I was running. I used to run. So similar thing, I wanted to stay in shape for the kids, and I running was the activity for me, which didn't impact like the family life. Most days I could just run at 5 a.m., be back when they woke up. And then a few half marathons and 1 marathons, and then I was training for my second marathon, and then I got injured, just like a muscle thing, and it just wouldn't heal. And then Natacha says, well, she had been working really hard for like the last year and trying to convince me to try CrossFit, but like I had no interest. Like she would come home and talk to me about push jerks and split this and snatch, and I have no idea and no interest. And then she looked like a walking corpse, like almost like every day, right? Like she would look at the stairs and like, I don't think I can make it back if I go upstairs. And like I kept thinking, like, why would you do that to yourself?
At the beginning, just looking at the couch, I cannot sit. If I'm sitting, I'm done. I cannot sit on the couch.
But then, she convinced me. She said, like, you should try, and like it'll give you something to do while you're trying to heal your running injury. So I tried, and I just fell in love with it, and I basically gave up all the running and been doing that for 4 years.
Awesome. Okay. Let's hand it over.
That's wrong.
That's the wrong one. There we go. Oh, it's the wrong one.
Good. No, this is okay.
I'm so good.
Yeah, Jason from Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Yeah, I used to go to the gym quite often. Just the regular gym, just lifting dumbbells and like Smith machine, squats, stuff like that. And I was getting just really bored with it. It's just the same routine. You change it up, but it's basically the same every time you go. Then there's a group of us. I was living in China at the time. There was a group of maybe 10, 12 of us. We started just doing some high intensity training together. We had one guy who used to be a personal trainer. He was there now, and he just kind of led our group. So that kind of got me on the path to that. And I think it's 2016, 2017, when I was back at home for a visit, my brother-in-law he took me to his gym, CrossFit gym, CrossFit box. And yeah, that was the first time I was introduced to it. And yeah, I've been hooked ever since.
Good. Awesome.
So I've never really gone to the gym regularly, but I play ultimate frisbee. I'm Janice from Vancouver, Canada. Go Canucks. Anyway, so we did a little bit of, I went to the gym a little bit with Jason when he started doing this high intensity stuff. And then I think it was a year ago. It was about a year ago when I decided I wanted to do something in my frisbee off season. So I tried CrossFit about a year ago, and then this year, with knowing that we were going to be stuck in Hong Kong for the summer, I decided to pick it up again. And Wesley was doing the beginner sessions with me, and then I was going to get my 8 classes in. So I think we have one more 101, and then I get 8 classes. But in the meantime, it's been nice doing some CrossFit, getting some exercise. So yeah.
Awesome. You guys should keep the mics there. As you can see, we have a all Canadian crew here today, which is good. We got into kind of what you did before CrossFit. Let's talk about what attracts you to CrossFit, or what do you like about doing the workouts at Fitness Academy, and why do you keep on coming back and things like that? So any of you could answer that, up to you guys.
For me, it's just purely the challenge. Like, I mean, it doesn't really matter what the workout is. There's always going to be some kind of challenge in there, whether it's challenge yourself to go heavier, challenge yourself to do more reps, or just challenge yourself to, do the movements correctly and improve on each movement. So there's always something to work on or push yourself with everything. So.
But it's the same for me. And at the beginning, I think it's something new that I look at the workout before. What I like at the beginning is I have no idea what I would do, but I would go. And I did not look at the workout in Canada. Same here at the beginning, but now it's a bit different. But anyway, I will go. And what I like, it's not to be alone. And I really like this and challenge myself and push myself and the high intensity.
Yeah, for me, something similar as well. Like I've got a very, very competitive nature,
Hey,
but
I can tell you.
with like a lot of it's with myself, like a perfectionist, and so that's what I also like in CrossFit is like there's no end. You can just keep improving, and whether it's weight or movement, and so I find that challenge, that drive. In the sport and the support of others, and being able to train with others, and the fact that everyone's at its own level, and there's no judgment, and you can still cheer each other on, have a healthy challenge and sort of fun competition.
More and more, it's never enough. Yeah. What about Janice?
For me, especially being at Fitness Academy, to me, it's community. And like Dominic said, there's no pressure and everyone cheers us on. I can remember one of my first classes a year ago, I was struggling with the sit-ups, and then someone beside me, one of the ladies there, I can't remember who it was like, how many more do you have? I was like 20 and I'm dying. And she's counting with me. And then she was like, come on, you can finish it. I mean, even when we're doing workouts now, like we try and grunt out, hey, keep going, let's go. We got that. So for me, the Fitness Academy, I really like the community that's there.
Yeah, and then maybe if you allow me to add one thing, we started CrossFit in North America, and like we loved it, and like a first thing when we moved to Hong Kong,
it was more my thing. Now it's our thing.
Yeah, it's our thing. But the one thing unique about Fitness Academy for me personally, I mean, you look at me, like I've never done weightlifting before, and like North America, maybe it's a little bit more and our limited experience about how much you can deadlift, and I get a lot of it's about the weight. Yeah. Whereas what I like about Fitness Academy, it's a little bit, it's more accessible, and it's a lot more based on your health, overall fitness, and like respect your limits, and that to me is like is a big draw. That I enjoy.
Yeah, you're right.
Natacha, you want to add something?
No, but I think I just want to say that I think we are lucky because when Dominic asked me to move here in Hong Kong, the first thing that I looked, it was the CrossFit. I did not sure that I was able to find a nice CrossFit box. And what I found, it was you guys, the fitness academy. And I said, oh, it's close to his office. It's really nice. We can do it together. I was not, no, at the beginning it was a really big move for us. And I was really happy because we found you and it became something very, that we can do it together, you know.
Yeah, because
really nice.
before she always, like Natasha's the one that started this lunchtime routine thing, but I couldn't join her before because the gym we were going to was close to our house and I worked like an hour away from that. So we barely ever worked out together, whereas now we worked out more regularly and we've even...
It's the only CrossFit that we try in Hong Kong and we are happy about that.
Let me get one of the mics now. All right, so I guess let's jump into the next question about like how, as you guys mentioned about, you know, the working out together or kind of cheering each other on, you guys doing it at home now. How has it affected your relationship at all? Doing CrossFit together or, you know, just exercising together? I know you guys, your kids are involved now, so it's actually the whole family affair. So how does that work out for you guys?
But for us, I think we work very hard to convince the kids, but that's not the point. The point is we just show the kids that we need to stay active. In Hong Kong, it's a bit more difficult with the weather. It's so hot. In Canada, you just open the door and play outside and, you know, you can do bike, you can do whatever you want. Here it's a bit different. You need to plan everything before. And I think here in this family, we are talking a lot about CrossFit. What did you do today? Well, I did that. Oh, it was so difficult. I'm so exhausted, blah, 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 blah. And for the kids, it's a part of their life now. And I'm so happy because Anna, I think she really likes it. And it's something new for Lucas because he cannot play tennis anymore. And I asked him to stay active. And I think he really likes it. This morning he said, yeah, I think I have more fun than I thought. I said, okay, and he's trying. I can see him. He's trying to do some movement, and it's good. I'm really proud of them. But it's a family thing.
Yeah, no, it has, and yeah, like we work out often during lunch together, and now during the gym closure, I mean, we've sort of dedicated an entire portion of our living room to be able to work out, and before, like the first time things shut down, because we did something similar, and we try as much as possible. I want to give kudos to Billy, who during the first lockdown, he's the one that started organize these sort of group workouts. We did on his sort of on his roof, and that sort of sparked the community thing. And let's keep challenging each other. Let's keep healthy and active together. So it's really an extended family thing.
Yeah, really. Because we don't have families here. That's right. Hi, Jason. Hi, Janice. You're my new family.
Yeah, I mean, for us, I mean, Janice, like specifically, Janice really just started it, and she's only goes in the off season. But for us, a big part of our relationship is just sport in general. I play hockey, she plays Frisbee. So we're always trying to be active and just, keep moving. I mean, it's part of our holidays. If I'm traveling for work, I look for a CrossFit box to go to, or if we'll travel for her Frisbee, we'll travel for my hockey. I mean, our lives really are centered around sport and just being active in general.
I think it's good too, like we give each other space and time and encourage to just get out there, whether it's, you know, we're doing something together or separately, like staying out of the living room so there's enough space for both of us to work out one at a time. And but even just, I mean, that also leads into, you know, trying to eat healthier more most of the time, and it just sort of, you know, it's just the whole lifestyle. It just changes us, even if we're not necessarily doing it together. Like when the gym's open, I can't go during the day, so I would have to do it in the evenings or the weekends or something. So yeah, it's just lifestyle, pushing each other, sports, staying healthy. So
Yeah.
With the CrossFit, anyway, what you discover, if you cannot improve yourself, or you cannot do this kind of workout every day if you're not eating well, and it comes, I think, together. But the way that I lose my weight, it was the nutrition first and then the workout. But anyway, and I just want to add that in our family, what I like, and I'm very honest, it's the kids. I think they are very proud of us. They are looking at us. They are moving every day. We can move also. We can do this, do that. And they are proud of their parents, and I'm proud to see that. Yeah,
I think it's something that we want to be able to do as coaches, and just the mindset. A lot of gyms, they think about, oh, we want a lot of you guys to lift heavy or do all this, but at our kind of mentality is we want you guys to be healthy and active so that you guys can go outside the gym and do all the things that you want to do, play with your kids until you're 70, 80, 90 years old, things like that, so that,
yeah, and like after our kids did the 2 weeks of camp, the CrossFit Kids camp that you guys continue to do outside, and thanks a lot for that, for the creativity, and then I think I got like after those 2 weeks, then we've done a few hikes as a family. We started to do that, and one day we're looking at each other, and like we could barely follow our daughter. Like she was just going up that hill so fast. But I was like, after that 2 weeks of being active every day, so we could see also like the benefit, and we told them after, like, realize how easy this climb was for you, and so it's really, and then just to add, like during this lockdown, like I've been working from home the majority of the last 3 weeks, and so sometimes I'm able to work out with Natacha during lunchtime, sometimes we can't, but even when we cannot work out together, I try and come like 15-20 minutes, cheer her up. Same thing, if I'm going to do it at 5, she'll just sit next to me and cheer me up. And
but sometimes there is 3 workouts, me, Dominic, and then Anna, and it's so nice because Anna, what she likes also, it's write down her own workout.
Yeah, she creates her own workout.
Yeah, and she's proud of that. Yeah. It's sometimes, it's you
but
can
I mean,
do
like,
more than that.
Seriously,
but even than that,
thanks a lot for CrossFit, because it's like our day these days like revolves around just moving and doing something, and at 10 p.m. like we click and we just wait to see what's going to be the next day's workout so we can think about it.
And I look the video also.
Yeah, Natacha likes to watch the Zoom classes with a delay.
But
just
thanks
to see.
For the video earlier now. I really appreciate that. I told Adam that.
Yeah, I got
I'm going to bed late now because I want to look at the video.
TV show.
But sometimes it's on fast forward. Sorry about that.
But she likes watching the coaches. Like, how many rounds did he do?
Oh man, don't watch today's video then. I'm just struggling. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna go back to Jason and Janice. You guys mentioned that you guys play sports. I want to kind of ask, do you feel like the classes or workouts at Fitness Academy has helped with your sport, hockey and ultimate frisbee? How has that helped you at all? Has it made you stronger, faster, more explosive? Yeah, can you just go into a little bit of detail about that?
For me, because I'm still so new, I haven't necessarily seen the impact on frisbee. But I do know that with the lockdown, having more regular workouts and pushing myself harder, that when and if we get back to the fields, that I won't be as in bad of a shape as some other people who I know who aren't being as dedicated. So yeah, no, I appreciate all the different workouts and the Zooms and things to look at, and just the community pushing one another. So, it won't be too bad when I get back on the fields.
For me, I've noticed the biggest difference in endurance, especially at the beginning of the season, when like a lot of guys come back and maybe nobody really worked out. And then the first few games, it's night and day. Like right up to the end of the game, there's some nights I'll play 3 games in a row. And the third game, I'm just as fresh as the first game, and it's not a big deal where you see other guys they're gassed in the third period of the first game. But yeah, for me, I mean, strength, it helps, but a big help has also been my back. I had back problems for a few years before I started CrossFit, and even before I started, I had friends tell me, "Oh no, CrossFit, that's how you hurt your back. That's how you hurt your back." And it's actually done the complete opposite for me, where it's just strengthened my back, and I rarely have issues. And when I do it, it lasts for a day and then it's gone. So
awesome. Good. Yeah, I want to go into next kind of piggyback on that is I know Natacha, Jason, you guys are regulars in our technique class. Even aside from technique class and classes, I know for the first time I saw Jason squat to now.
We talked about that today.
We are doing the squat challenge too. We've been doing the squat challenge.
And even Natacha, first time when she first started her squat until now, a lot has improved. And then even your overhead mobility, your shoulder mobility, your handstand work, all that stuff, you know, you guys have come a long way. So yeah, just tell me about your kind of journey with technique class and your mobility in general, kind of maybe, don't really need to get into how hard I was on you guys to make sure you guys do it with correct form, but you could touch on that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but I think that's really helped. Like at the beginning, mobility is a huge issue for me, and it still is, but
Alan is laughing.
yeah.
Notes to the audience. Alan is laughing.
But I mean, I was way worse when I started, but that's when I was working out before at the gym, just lifting weights. I wasn't focused on mobility at all. I was just purely focused on lifting heavier and heavier weights. And then, yeah, when I started CrossFit, then the whole really focusing on technique and mobility, that's when it started to come in. So now it's starting to get better, and I feel improvement. And like I was talking about my back, I think that's a big part of why my back is getting better. And I just don't find myself, I don't get injured as often as I used to.
You also don't avoid squat days either, because you have more mobility.
Yeah, I don't, in the past too, like when I first started, I'd avoid overhead days where, I see overhead squats, forget about it.
Squat slash, no Jason.
Yeah. And like,
I was alone.
and now, as long as I'm feeling good, I'll go. If I'm not feeling so good, maybe I won't go. I don't want to hurt myself, but if I'm feeling fine, I go.
Yeah, good.
For me, I think I really like the technique class. By the way, I miss that a lot. So I think the biggest thing is sometimes, Lucio, you, Wesley, or Alan, you would just say a little something and it would change everything. And of course, during the class, you don't have time to go one by one, and I'm fine with that. But I think I learned a lot in this technique class. To be honest, also at the beginning, I was not sure that I can really improve because when you're overweight and when you're old, not really old, but a bit older, you don't think that you can change so much. And I realized that, yes, it's very long, but I'm going somewhere, and I'm really happy about that. And the technique class, I would like to go every Friday night because usually it's a small group, but I can't, I have 2 kids. But anyway, I really, really like it. And it changed a lot of things in my workout. But yeah, it's something that you can say it would change everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and I could see the impact it has on her. I mean, both on her technique and also mentally. Like when the first.
But I share a lot of things with you.
You share. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
I've done a fair amount of technique class this year because you guys were away in Canada and I had more time. But before, like back when there were airplanes and people were on trip, like I would like way before in the old days, I would travel a lot for work. So I couldn't find the time to go to technique and I would spend time with the kids and all. But then I could see her and how thrilled she was like after the end of a class when like something clicked. So no, it was really a lot of benefit. And I have to also say, just going back, like that's one of my favorite part of the Monday squat cycles is to hear Coach West just say lower and then add a name.
Dominic's saying that because he has the lowest squat in the house.
Yeah. It's a safe thing to say today.
Awesome. Okay. I guess next question is kind of what was your preconceived thoughts about CrossFit before joining? I guess for Dominic and Janice, because you guys joined after your other half did. What did you feel about CrossFit? And then, how did your thoughts kind of change after trying a session? I know Janice touched on it a little bit about the support and everything. But, I heard that Natacha started like a year before you, maybe a year or so before you did, Dominic, and then before you jumped in. So did it take a lot of convincing, or did you just see the gains that Natacha was getting, or how did it happen?
It was a long way for me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I guess Natacha had been talking to me for a long time about the partner workouts. Like the gym we went to also had similar thing, partner workouts on Saturday. And
because I was not comfortable at all at the beginning, because
maybe.
new, you don't want to do with something
like
very
a stranger,
good,
yeah.
And I was not confident at all.
Yeah, so she was looking for someone that would be worse than her, trying to convince me to come. But no, and I guess for me, I'd say that the thing that was probably intimidating me the most was I think it was the barbell, because I never touched a barbell in my life before. I'd done a little bit of sort of weight training on machines, but like very, very little. So that was probably the number one obstacle. And even if she talked to me about it, it's like, oh, it's so much fun. I wasn't sure, but then I finally, she convinced me, and I went with an open mind. And as I said, I was like, oh yeah, this is a lot of fun.
But I'm still seeing him in my head, just looking at me on the couch. No interest at all. Just looking at me. Did you see you? You cannot walk. You cannot do anything. Are you sure?
And now I'm like the opposite.
You want to go tomorrow? I'll go back tomorrow. Are you sure? I cannot count on that.
Yeah, and now I'm the opposite. Like I watched, I looked the next day's workout, and I said, okay, like this is probably gonna be like a 4-round thing, and I count, and she's like, oh my god, like you're crazy.
Everything.
You're crazy, and like so it's flipped. But yeah, I think it was the barbell was the number one obstacle. Okay.
I think when I first went, it was more me deciding to go versus you having to convince me, because I just needed something to stay in shape over the, my down season, my off season. But the most intimidating part too was the weightlifting, and I'm small. I have no upper body strength. My core is not great at all. And so like, I was worried what other people would think, like when I can't lift heavy things, and lift the little weights, and I swear Adam's probably stronger than I am. But but that's the thing, like the community, like I don't feel that pressure to be lifting really heavy things, but it's more about making sure you're not going to hurt yourself with whatever weights, but also the balance of trying to push myself to do a little bit. Like Jason, even just last night, we went through the movements for today to decide whether or not I would use the 5 kilograms or the 7 kilograms. He's like, just try it. Like, you don't know. So, there's just that mental attitude of that balance of pushing yourself, but not hurting yourself. So I really like that. And I was worried that, people would be judging you and things like that. So that's what it would have blocked me from not going. But thankfully Fitness Academy isn't like that at all. So, it's made such a difference. Yeah. But then if you've only ever gone to the gym, and then, even people just watching you from across the gym, like, it's like, yeah, I can do better than that. Like there's that attitude, but Fitness Academy, yeah.
Someone is looking at you, it will push you. Just
Yes.
go for
Yeah.
it,
An encouraging push. Yeah.
For me, I had absolutely no expectations for CrossFit, because I didn't even know what it was. Like my brother-in-law, he just took me to the gym. He's like, this is my gym. You can find some high intensity stuff there. I said, okay. and we went and I did my first class, and like it was only after that I started learning about CrossFit. So I had going in, I was a complete blank slate.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so next would be, I guess, how CrossFit and how you manage it with your work or family duties and things like that. I know everybody's grounded now, no travel and everything, but I know that before Dominic had to travel quite a bit, before Jason had to travel a bit between here and China a lot. Janice, you have to work quite a lot as well. Of course, Natacha has to take care of the family.
Working from home.
Working from home.
Thank you.
So how do you manage going into classes or finding time for workouts? And I guess not having time be an excuse for you guys, because you guys come in every single day. You guys see you guys.
Yeah, for me, like just my business is flexible, so I just work when I need to work, and yeah, I'll make time. It's part of my schedule to go in at lunch, and I just build it into my day. I don't schedule any meetings unless sometimes it happens to come down, I have to, but then I'll try and go in the evening. But yeah, I usually try to carve out that 2 hours, an hour at the gym, and maybe stay for a bit or whatever. But I just make it part of your routine. That's it.
Yeah, Jason's very good at making sure it's part of his routine, whereas I'm not so good. Part of that, I think, is just I don't know what my day looks like. My day can be absolutely chaos at work, or whether it's on campus or at home. And then there's some days where, I know it's good for me and I probably should make that time, especially in the evenings, but there's times where, I have to get work done for preparation for the next day or marking, or just emotionally, physically exhausted, especially working online. So it's hard. The 10-minute squat's been nice because it's only 10 minutes. But yeah, it's hard. But the other thing is that like Jason will do things around the house so that to relieve that pressure of thinking about trying to do things. So that's really good about our relationship, where he's supportive in that way and just trying to do things so that I have more time, or, and yeah, so that's really helpful.
But for me, I have the same routine for years. I'm at home. I'm working from home for the last 10 years. Usually, by the beginning, I did not have time to go to the gym. And so, no, I'm working. And then, because it's what we did before, kind of working 7 days a week. We were at the same company, work too many hours. Anyway, and then I was at home, and I tried this once a week, twice a week, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Okay, I don't have time. I need to work. And I start to be early. I just woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning in front of my computer, working until the kids are ready to go to school, and then finish my day, go to the gym during the lunchtime, and finish the day after. But I'm doing exactly the same here in Hong Kong. If I'm working, I'm in front of my computer at 5 a.m. doing this, and then I have a lot of time to go to the gym.
Build your day around the fact that
exactly.
you're going to go to the gym, and then everything else that needs to get done, including work, I have to wake up early.
Yeah, it's a good balance for me, but I need to be at the computer very early in the morning.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, it's a little bit less predictable in that it'll vary as whether at work I can get that hour and a half free. But I guess one of the things I like about Hong Kong is that there's a lot of respect. I guess typically between 12 and 2, people don't schedule a lot of meetings. So being able to get away for 90 minutes, it's doable a lot of times. So I do that, and then I'm like she does.
Do that.
Yeah, in Montreal would have been a lot more difficult to get away for an hour and a half, like almost every day. Whereas here it's a little bit easier, and you get in a bit earlier, and vice versa, work at night. But yeah, I try and just whenever I plan on going and then something comes up and I can't, like I'm in a very bad mood. Like shit, I was like I could see myself doing the workout and then I can't.
All that calculating for nothing.
Yeah. If he's taking stairs, counting the stairs. Yeah.
All right, let me see. Asked most of the questions already. Alan, do you have any questions? All right, so maybe tell me something that you would tell somebody that wants to join Fitness Academy or wants to try out CrossFit, but is scared to do so for the reasons that you initially didn't start. What would you tell that person or those people?
You're reaching for it. So.
Yeah, I was trying to convince a friend just before things locked down to come and try, do the beginner classes and things like that. And what I was saying to her was like, you have the spirit, the enthusiasm, and the willingness to be open-minded to whatever CrossFit can. She's very active. You build some strength in, meet some new people. It's such a warm, nice community, not judgy. And if it wasn't for the lockdown, she probably would have tried it over the summer. But I'll keep working on convincing her and using those same reasons for trying to convince her to join too.
Yeah, for me, I just generally, if someone wants to stay fit or if they want to lift weights, usually you're looking for something like a challenge to push yourself. And I just let people know like CrossFit's a constant challenge in many different ways. There's always something you can work on, something to get better at, and that gives you something to look forward to every time you go to the gym. So.
Yeah, but I don't have a specific point, but to be able. But I think the only thing that I'm saying, if you're gonna do CrossFit, if you don't like it at the beginning, I think you can go to the gym every day and do a regular gym. If you don't like it because you can convince you that it's good, but CrossFit you can. It's too much. I think you like it, or you cannot do it just half, all the way or nothing.
If you're at the gym for the selfies, then CrossFit's not for you.
No, not at all. But
there's still a lot of selfies happening. Let's be honest.
No. But if you're just going to the gym just for the selfies,
yeah,
no mirrors.
Thank you. I like this.
Yeah, no, that's a great thing about the
yeah.
CrossFit's mentality of no mirrors.
Yeah.
To me, I'd say one is you can find a lot of support and the fact that there's really something in it for everyone, and that there'll just be that support, even though everyone's on a different level. And then the other thing I'd say is if you stick with it, then it'll just get you in sort of the best shape you can be, and just feels like you can do anything almost, which is one of the great benefits I find.
Yeah, it's true.
So Grace just has one question, because we know you guys are a couple, and Grace and me also a couple.
Oh yeah.
But since we started CrossFit, I think in my memories, I only work out once with Grace, because Grace don't like to work out with me. She feel like
I can understand.
I'm judging her, or like I'm pushing her. Yeah, even the open workout, she don't want me be her judge. Yeah, if I keep pushing her, okay, I lost a couple reps, she will say stop, shut up, and then move. Yeah, that's how we've been together for the workout. So she's her question is, will you guys have this problem when you guys working out together, like push each other? Or
This morning was a good example.
Dominic,
this morning had a lot of reps and a lot of numbers, and then like both couples we're arguing the whole time. Like, no, it's burpees. No, we only did 9 burpees, not 10.
No,
so.
but remember the time that I suggested to you to find a gym in Montreal instead of our small city, because we're living maybe 30 minutes from Montreal. But because at the beginning, I was talking about the team workout, and finally he came. I said, oh my God, it's not good enough. No, it's so bad. No, find another partner. I will do it with another person. And he was a bit upset about that. So, yeah, but you asked me, and then I can't. Yeah, but you're not pushing me. I need to push you. It's not good at all. And sometimes it's just talking about the gym. It's my thing. It's the only thing that I can do for myself. And you have your life. It's my thing. And you can find another gym. Go away. And it was just funny. But now
Yeah,
it's
so
much better.
it wasn't always smooth sailing. Yeah.
But since we moved here in Hong Kong, it's everything changed. I think we are doing it together.
Yeah.
But in Montreal, it was not like that. Be confident, Grace. Maybe one day you will be able to.
That said, I think
balance.
we all agree, because the odd Saturday morning workout when Coach Allen decides that he wants to do it, and it's like, who's going to partner with Allen? And we're all looking at the floor.
No, thank you. You're not alone, Grace. We are with you.
Don't worry. I don't want to be his partner either.
But you did the same, Wes. I saw, you know, the 1 pound on every side for Sue. You know, so while you're doing that, your poor Sue, she's trying something new.
It was like a half of like a 0.1.
It was funny, but it's a part of the couple.
I guess I want to say, add something else is, I know that the afternoon crew is actually quite, or I mean, before Billy left, you guys were quite tight, especially on that first lockdown. You guys worked out quite a bit together. I guess maybe from you guys came to the annual dinner as well last year and kind of experienced the whole the community thing outside the gym. Maybe just comment on how we're kind of different than like in that respect to other fitness gyms that you've been part of, or even in sports clubs, teams. I think it's a big thing as well. It's very similar in that team sport aspect. But yeah, I just want to kind of touch on how you guys found a group of like-minded friends through the community.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like a hockey being a team game, there's a big portion of the game where if the team kind of can communicate and function well together, you don't have to be the most skilled team, but it just makes everything a lot easier. And CrossFit's actually no different. I mean, everyone's working individually on their own thing and they're at different levels, and that's fine. But it has that same feeling that you're all kind of together and we're all pulling in the same direction. Just do what you can do, and other people are there to support you. And the feeling, it's very different from a team game, but the feeling of community is very, very much the same.
I'll say something, but I'll talk about you mostly.
So I can imagine.
No, but the sort of the community thing, that's like almost a number one or close number one, like 1A, 1B thing that's important for Natacha.
Yeah, because I'm working from home.
In our in the gym she was going to in Canada. That's one of the things she found: a community, a group of friends, and where there was that healthy challenge as well, where you can say, hey, no, you can do better than a 50-pound dumbbell, and like sort of a healthy challenge, and you all got fit together, lost weight, and she still talks to them like almost on a daily basis. They have a WhatsApp group, and I think they talk very regularly. When we came here, similarly, that was the one thing that the number one thing she was looking for. It took longer. Language is one, like there's more of a language barrier for her, English being her second language, and being a second language for a lot of people at the gym as well. And so it took longer, but now like we've been going for 2 years, and no more people are more comfortable, and say she found it again, and it's very, 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 very important. And others that aren't here today, right? So
yeah. But yeah, it's true. It was very difficult at the beginning. As I told Dominic that I really miss my friend in Canada, and I was very emotional about that. It's not easy to move in Hong Kong is very far from my home. And it was I lived in the United States a very short time, but it was a big move for us. And it was really difficult at the beginning. And it was a very good gym. But it was different, and you need to change everything. You need to change all of your life, and it's a part of it. But now it's okay. I will not change. I'm not looking for another gym anymore.
Janice or?
Yeah, so my Frisbee team is quite close as well, checking in on each other during this lockdown, and it's a bit of a family. We do social things as well together, but I like that social and that family feel too at Fitness Academy. You know, coming right now, you know, coming here to do workouts, and then just, you know, Fanny, took some pottery lessons with Fanny, and that was pretty exciting. And just different things, like you get to know people, and you know, you, like Jason said, you're all pulling and pushing together to help each other, and yeah, it's just like a family feel to the box, and I really like it. Yeah.
I just want to add something, because most of my workout I'm going during the lunchtime. I'm doing it with Wesley, and I did not know Alan at all. And recently with the CrossFit camp outside, we had more chance to know each other, and it was really nice. For me, it was very nice to know you, Alan. And it's something that I did not know what kind of guy he was. And and I told them, Nick, I don't know Alan at all. He's a nice guy, and he likes wine. Wow. And he's talking about alcohol. I was so excited about that. And anyway, it's just, it's nice, because when you have the same routine for months and years, it's the same people, but it's nice to see it and know other people.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's it for today. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Natacha, Dominic, for opening your home for us for this.
Thanks for coming.
And yeah, that concludes our episode 2. Any questions from the audience? Is there anything in the chat?
Is there even an audience?
There's definitely been an audience. Okay. All right. Then I guess that's it for today. Thank you, guys.